into a situation. At least that's the way I do it. I like to sit down and make, a business presentation in an effective way. Okay, and part of being effective for me is not getting too excited, not getting all, pulling her hair out of her head when you're presenting to her. Okay, because, when you get too excited, all the hype comes in, and I don't know, that's not the way I want to teach people how to present. I'm so confident of the plan that GQI has that if you present it properly, a person will get turned on into this business. Okay? You should avoid trying to present the business in these places or situations. Like we discussed earlier, parties. Okay, don't present at parties. Resist the temptation. You will probably end up turning the person off. Just get his name card or give him yours and say, let me call you in 2 or 3 days. I'm a bit busy because I'm seeing a lot of people. I'll call you in 2 or 3 days and let's sit down over a cup of coffee. Okay? Avoid giving presentations during lunch breaks. Okay, many times you will get the invitation to present the business to a lot of people in their office during their lunch breaks. And I get this a lot, especially now not so much because people know I won't do it. But in the beginning when I first started in this industry, oh Joe, there's 1,000 people in my company. If you just go there, we get a giant whiteboard. Even if only 5 people come in, we got it made. Makes sense, right? I mean, it sounds right. Wow, there's 1,000 people. If only 10 sign up. You see what I'm saying? It seems to make sense. But experience has proven that this doesn't work. Believe me, it doesn't work. I've tried it many, many times. I don't do it anymore. But early in my career in this industry, because you get excited. Oh my gosh, 1,000 people. But it doesn't work. Okay, and let's examine why doesn't it work. During lunch break, what do people want to do? Eat lunch and take a rest, right? They're not in business mode, right? They're in lunch mode, if there is such a thing. Or they're in resting mode because they want to get ready for the long afternoon. Okay, in the Philippines, I don't know how it is here, but in the Philippines, you'll see people actually sleeping at their desks. They'll grab a quick lunch for, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then they'll sleep for half an hour. Okay, partly because of the traffic. I mean, some people to get to office by 8:30, they have to leave their house at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. And to leave the house at 5:30, 6 o'clock, what time do you have to wake up? 4 o'clock, because you have to prepare. You don't just walk out of the house. So this is part of the reason why. Okay, so people are not expecting you to make a presentation because they only want to eat lunch. And you're greatly outnumbered and have very little support. You come in, can you imagine, you come into a place like this, in a cafeteria or an eating place, and there's 100 people or 50 people, and you're the only one that's excited about the business. And you're there with your little whiteboard, scribbling away, trying to talk to people who don't really want to listen to you. They're, they're eating their nasi goreng and their roti canai or whatever it is. And you are getting all excited about this opportunity. All of them will probably be turned off. If not all, most will probably just be turned off. Again, for the same reason. They're going to be, look at this guy. Man, I don't care how much he makes. I don't want to be like this guy. Right? So they think to themselves, I can't do it or I don't want to do it. If at all, somehow you'll get the crowd to listen, all it will take is one heckler and skeptic. And believe me, there are always these types. Right or wrong? There will always be one or two. And they know everything about the industry. I mean, they've never been involved. They've never done any business of this sort, but they know everything. And their opinions are always so ignorant. Why are the coins round? Why do you use circles in your presentation? Because the coins are round. That's why they make the coins round. 99% of the people listening will side with their colleague, not with you. You're the new kid. You're the new guy. You're the one they don't know. Because of these few people that are skeptical, they're going to side, oh yeah, this guy's my buddy. Or this guy is the manager. Or this guy, he should know about this business. And they will side with him. They're not going to side with you. And to make it worse, even the one who probably invited you will side with his colleagues. Has that ever happened to you? Somebody invited me many, many times. Somebody invites me to an office, and I'm there ready. I even had one of these whiteboards with a stand. I thought I was so pro. And I'm there, blah, 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 blah. And then people start, questioning, and pretty soon it's a mob. And then the guy who invited you, who was seated next to you, all of a sudden is pushing the chair away. Right? And he's now sitting with this, yeah, Joe. And I'm like, hey, wait a minute, you're supposed to be with me. These are your people I want to talk to. And you're left standing alone. And that's the worst thing to happen. That can happen to you. You're left standing alone by yourself, holding your holding your whiteboard marker, and your wrist is really limp. In fact, you're probably thinking, I wish I was in Mexico right now, under a coconut tree. I mean, you want to be out of there right now. And if by some miracle, someone in the crowd did see the business opportunity, right? One guy, oh God, these guys are so stupid. Can't they see that this is so good? If by some miracle you're able to get through to one person, he'll probably say to himself, I can't or don't want to do what he's doing. Because if that's what it takes to make it in this business, I'd rather not enter. I mean, how many people woke up this morning with the thought in their mind, I want to stand in front of an angry mob ridiculing every word that I speak? How many woke up with that thought today? Nobody likes to be in front of people, being fired questions that he can't answer. Or maybe, even if you can answer them, it's never good enough. The way to do this, if someone wants to bring in his colleagues in an office, is as follows. Okay? First, you tell your friend, let's just talk to one or two of your office mates. Okay? Let's not talk to everybody in the whole floor and the whole office. Let's talk to one or two of your closest friends. Your circle of influence. In other words, people who will trust you. People who will trust you that when you tell them, hey, a friend of mine is going to come over and talk to you about this business. Okay, let's go over to the McDonald's next door. And start with them. You start with the one or two people. That's it. Okay? Then, when these one or two or three or four, whatever his circle of influence is, when they're already TCOs, okay, and if you present the business properly to them, they probably will be TCOs. If you present the business and answer their objections properly. Then you meet with their friends, their circle of influence. Okay? Remember the diagram that we showed. Okay, the 4, the 16. Okay, first you get 2, 3, 4 people. You get them excited first. And then you start meeting with their friends. Sometimes you'll meet in groups of 3, sometimes 2, but you'll probably have to be going back, a good 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Okay, now pretty soon you'll have a group of about maybe 10, 15 people in that organization. Okay, soon the group will grow. Then you will eventually be able to have big meetings. Because now when you have 10, 15 people and everybody invites 2 or 3, now you're going to tell them, look, I can't keep coming back here, 30 times a day. Okay, let's go to the conference room or you take out go to a room or a restaurant where you can meet with 20, 30 people so that you can, literally kill all the birds with one stone. Okay, but now, okay, since there's already TCOs in the office with you, you're not alone anymore. You see what I'm saying? Now, if there's somebody in the crowd who heckles, you're going to have 15, 20 people telling you, no, you know why? They'll be fighting for each other to be able to give the answer. Has this ever happened to you? And when I started doing it right, this is what happened. So I've experienced this also, fortunately, thank God, where people actually stand up with you. And then pretty soon, people are going to turn against this guy. Yeah, shut up. Can't you see that this is great? All our colleagues are in already. Because these people sitting there trust somebody among those people that are supporting you. So pretty soon you will have that crowd in the office, but it's not going to happen in one fell swoop. You have to work for it. You have to, keep going back, keep going back. Another situation to avoid. This you also get a lot, I'm sure, is meeting at a Rotary Club meeting or a Lions Club meeting, or any meeting of the sort, Toastmasters, organizations that meet once a month. Some churches meet once a month, bike clubs, I don't know, health organization, something. So somebody comes, oh, you know what? I'm the general chairman, CEO, managing director, senior chairman of the board of this organization. So if you come over there, all of them are going to sign up. All of them are going to see this business and come in and join GQI. And of course, you, being very excited, will go there and present. Now, are these people in business mode? They're there to meet regarding their business, regarding the business affairs of that organization. They're not in business mode. Many, many times, the same thing that happened to you during the office presentation will happen to you there also. I know. I've done that many times. Okay? And again, the guy who invited you will turn against you also and side with his colleagues. He doesn't want to be embarrassed. When you leave, you're not going to see these people again. He has to deal with them every day, every week, every month. So he's not going to side with you, he's going to side with them. Okay, so avoid situations like that. Again, do the same thing. If you really want to bring in the whole club, look, let's talk to 2 or 3 of your associates that you have a certain influence over, and let's sit down and talk to them first. And then the multiplication will follow. I'm not saying that you can't get the whole Lions Club or the whole office, but you have to do it one step at a time. Okay? Always remember, it doesn't mean that because you can speak to a large group that it means they will all respond positively. Doesn't mean that. I would rather talk to 1 or 2 people who at the end of the hour or hour and a half are drooling with the prospects of a global business that they can build, together with you, and can't sleep that night, than 1,000 people who are there. Yeah, I wish this guy is finished already so I can go. I'd rather have 1 or 2. It will be more effective and efficient for you if you present it with 2 people and they have the vision, as opposed to speaking to a group of 30 and no one who will participate. Another place to avoid is someone's office. Again, you'll hear this many times. Oh, just come over to my office. Come here. When you're in someone's office, whose business is he concerned about? Yours or his? Especially, never mind Joe, I can go to his office because he's the owner, he's the manager. That's even worse. Can you imagine sitting here, you know what, Mr. Smith, in Gold Coast, blah, 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 and after building, you know how much you're going to own? The phone rings, hold on, Joe. Yeah, I told you to deliver that shipment. Tell the bank that we're never going to deal with it. Bam. What were you saying? Nothing. I'll come back later. That's happened to me too. Many times. Or you're presenting to someone, just come to my office anyway, my boss is hardly ever here. And you're there in his office, come on, hurry up, what's it doing? And oh my gosh, the boss is coming in, sweep everything in. You're my client. Oh yes, I know. Has that ever happened to you? It's happened to me. Oh yeah, I'm very interested in your program. Oh yes. And then when the boss leaves, oh yeah, here. Yeah, I forgot. Hey, we better do this outside. You should have done that in the first place. So avoid going to someone's office. And the reason I keep telling you where to avoid, because I know what it's like to sit here and have the dream, and you want to get on every rooftop and shout. You have to avoid it. You have to be effective. You have to be effective when you present this business. The reason I keep talking about what to avoid is I know you guys. Jason, have you ever, how many of you know Jason? This guy will present to anything that moves. He's so excited about this business. Anything that breathes. Oh, wait, Joe, hold on. But hey, that's one of the reasons he's so successful. If the prospects suggested that you meet him at his office, invite him to a nearby coffee shop or cafeteria or restaurant, because there's always one around. In the building, there's a cafeteria, canteen, or coffee shop, or a hotel, or a McDonald's, or a KFC. There's always one around. Invite him there for a cup of coffee and then make your presentation there. Okay? Yeah, Jason, come to my office. We can talk here, blah, blah, blah. Go to his office and say, Joe, look, it's busy here. Why don't we just go 30, 45 minutes. I'll treat you to a cup of coffee and you just listen. Because if not, we're never going to be able to concentrate, and you might miss the opportunity. You might miss the prospects of this business. I want you to be able to devote time to it. So invite him out. You mean I have to spend for a cup of coffee? What if he doesn't sign up? What if he doesn't decide to join the business? Well, that depends on you. How well can you present it? Because, I'll tell you, I've had many people come up to me after I present the business to them, or somebody somebody presented this business to me a month ago. And I never even saw it the way you presented it. Now I'm ready to join. It's a big deal how you present the business. Don't take it lightly. Setting up your meeting properly at the right time and the right place simply means any place when you can have his undivided attention for 45 minutes to an hour 15, depending on how many questions he asks. That's the right time and the right place. And also, he has to know that he's coming in to meet with you because of business. Okay? I've had many people, because another way to invite people to listen to a presentation is to the house. Hey, come to my house. This is also, by the way, this is not on it. You just take notes on it. Have a little party. Invite some people to your house. Hey, I'm having a little business meeting at my house. Why don't you just come over? Some associates and I are going to be discussing some business. Just have some coffee and cake. And anyway, no obligation. Just come listen. If you don't like it, the worst that can happen is you had some cake and coffee. Let them know they're coming to have business. Because I have been invited. Joe, man, remember me? I haven't seen you in a while. Why don't you come to the house? I'm having a party with some of the buddies and, people we haven't seen. I'm like, oh, okay, I got nothing to do. I'll go. And then when I go there, there's these posters all over the place, banners, and, I'm walking in the door, they're thrusting the demo unit at me. And you get offended. Man, I thought this guy wanted to fellowship with me. I wish he would have just told me, Joe, can you come here? I'm always interested in the business. He should have just come straight forward. To let them know you're going to discuss business. When you call up somebody, hey, your office is nearby mine. We haven't seen each other in a long time. Oh, I really want to get to see. Why don't we sit and have coffee? And you walk up to him, you have a gold coin on your forehead, you have a gold coin here, you have gold watch. You have your laptop with you. People get offended. The guy will probably tell you, Joe, you should have just told me you wanted to discuss business. Hey, I'm looking. How many people do you know would love to have a business? Everyone wants to have a business. So let them know. So the right time is in the right place is any place where you can get them to sit down with their undivided attention focused only on you, and they know that they're going to discuss a business. That's the right time. It can be anywhere. Except parties, offices, lunch breaks, wakes, funerals. Okay, that's also another one. Hey, I haven't done that. Okay, but I've seen people do it. And I'm there pulling them away. Come on. And they go, no, Joe, this is, no, wait. It's another one to avoid. Good places are restaurants. Pizza Hut, KFC, McDonald's. Your house. Okay, don't go to the person's house. It's very difficult. Because in his house, he's the king. Right? You don't tell me what's good, I say what's good. Neutral ground. Okay? Like I said, a small party is very good. A small party is very good. Now, of course, at the parties, okay, don't go out and, serve a buffet that will make a king proud. You know why? Because everybody eats. And then when they have 10,000 calories of carbohydrates and another 10,000 of protein and they're sitting there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's this Gold Quest? I don't know about gold coins, but I could use an antacid. Do you have some Alka-Seltzer? And besides, the person that you're presenting the business to is thinking, wow, this guy Jason can set out a spread like this, but I cannot. No, really, I cannot. I can't succeed in this business because I don't have the money to be able to set a 10-course meal. Remember, duplicability. That's why I always stress, just have coffee, cakes, tea, biscuits. Really. Those are the most effective ones. Because somebody comes into your house, you're showing him the business, he's watching, he's observing. He's not only looking at the plan. Okay, because any dodo will know that this plan is good. You know what I'm saying? Aren't all the dodos in this room, including me, of the same opinion? Anybody can see that this business is profitable. But people will look, sit back, after you make, can I do this? Can I actually do this business? They're going to look at you, wow, I can't set out a, 10-course meal every day. I can't afford it. But if you're there with your tea and your cakes and you're presenting the business with a little whiteboard, to 3-4 people in the house, then people look and say, hey, I can do this. People look at you and you're presenting, you're having fun, you're presenting, you're all excited. They're going to look at you, wow, look at Jason, he's really excited. Me, I'm like, man, I'm looking for the day where I don't have to go to my job anymore. And here's a guy who's bubbling with excitement, and he's here doing his business in his house, having tea and cakes. This I can do. This I can see myself doing. That's the image you want to project when you're presenting the business to someone. Hey, don't you want to be doing what I'm doing? Okay, so it's very, very important. These are little intangibles, okay, that you pick up as you go along. But it's very important. You don't want to do something, that's why you should try and be as simple as you possibly can. Okay, we'll discuss that a little bit later when, how to go to a meeting. One way to make sure that you set up your presentation properly is to make an appointment. Okay, don't just ambush somebody in his office. Don't just walk up to somebody, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, you're knocking in his bedroom. Hey, Joe, you awake? Got something to show you, pal. My laptop doesn't fit under the door. No. Make an appointment. Okay? And 99% of the time, or 95% of the time, most of the appointments will be set by phone. Okay, you'll probably call a person up, right? Hey, Jason, I haven't seen you in a while. I thought about you. I'm involved in this business. Blah, blah, blah. Can I go meet with you? Usually, it's set up by the phone. Okay, now, the do's and don'ts of phone use. Don't use the phone in the bathtub. No, I was just kidding. Never try and do your presentation over the phone. Never. Okay? Let me define never for you. Never. Don't ever attempt it. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I feel I'm a pretty good presenter of the business already. I still can't present the business over the phone. I don't know anyone that has succeeded presenting the business over the phone. Use the phone only to set the appointment. Okay? You don't want to show him the whole, I mean, let's face it, how do you show the business plan over the phone? How do you show the aspects of the left and right, and you know, how do you show the Olympic set over the phone? It just doesn't happen. And most important, how do you show your conviction? How do you show that over the phone? Never give half presentations on the phone. In fact, when I'm talking on the phone, all I do is just say, Jason, I want to see you. I'm involved in a new business. Can I just show it to you? Don't say anything. Not because I'm ashamed of the business. As you can see on the phone, it's so easy to cut you off. Right? If somewhere during the conversation, okay, he gets, by the way, my wife's giving birth. Goodbye. Oh yeah, Joe, this is really good, but my house is on fire. Bye. It's easy to cut you off on the phone. Some people just hang up. Oh yeah, the phone line got cut. Over the phone, you do not want to satisfy curiosity. You just want to arouse it. You just want to get the guy curious. What is it that Joe's trying to show me? That's all you want to do. You don't want to do the business presentation on the phone. You don't want to do anything over the phone except invite him to view a business. That's it. You don't talk about Gold Quest. You don't talk about the Olympics. You don't talk about the coins. You don't talk about the plan. Because believe me, the moment you give one detail, that's it. He's going to force you to give up all the others. And remember, all you want to do is arouse curiosity. Here's a suggested dialogue or suggested invitation. I find it works for me. Okay? I just call up the guy and I say, hi, Bob. Of course, if his name is Jeff, I say, hi, Jeff. I'm calling because I'd like to make an appointment with you. Of course, Bob says, sure, what's it about? Right? That's the first thing they're going to ask you. What are we going to see each other about? I'm involved in a new business. Isn't it true? I'm involved. Always speak the truth. You only have one name. Okay, speak the truth. I'm involved in a new business. I would like to show it to you. You might be interested in it. Yeah, but what's it about? Because people will keep asking. And just explain. I can't explain over the phone because it involves a lot of computations and visuals. And I can't do justice to it over the phone. Isn't that the truth? It involves computations, it involves visuals. I can't show it to you over the phone. You probably won't see the opportunity. I won't be able to do justice. It's sayang if I do it over the phone. Okay, but what's it about? Right? I mean, people are persistent. They want to know. And it's his right to know. Don't get angry. But resist the temptation to answer questions, because when you answer one, it just opens the door to more questions. The moment you answer one question, oh yeah, really? Gold coins? What about the gold coins? Oh yeah, are these the... Just more and more and more and more questions. Please, as I've pointed out, I can't explain it well over the phone. You might not see the full impact of this business. This is actually what I say. Then you make sure and explain that there are no obligations on his part. You might not see the full impact of this business profitability. Look, Bob, or Jeff, all I need is about 30 to 45 minutes. Anyway, there's no obligation on your part. If you don't like the business, if you don't see the opportunity, you don't have to get involved. Let's meet for some coffee and cake, my treat. And if you don't like it, then don't get involved. What can you lose? What if they? How do you know you're going to be talking to them about a company? The question is, what if they ask for a name? Okay. I still avoid it. I avoid, personally, I don't know about you guys. Me personally, I avoid giving any details. And I say the same thing. Bob, if I answer one question, it's going to go into another one, and it's going to go into another one. We'll end up on the phone for 30 minutes. I just keep being really persistent about it. Look, I can't explain it over the phone. That's me personally. Some of you might succeed with other things. I'm just saying, I just refuse.
This is the right one.
And I just say, thank you. And I just say, look, there's nothing to lose. Anyway, no obligations on your part. Let's have some coffee and cake. What coffee shop do you like? Let's go. And the worst thing that can happen is you've had a cup of coffee. Nobody can resist something like that. Make it as easy for him. See, the reason I say to make sure there are no obligations, and make sure to point out there are no obligations, is because once somebody has an exit clause, then he's more comfortable. Then his defenses go down. You see what I'm saying? Then he's more open. Because many, many times, people don't see the business opportunity simply because their walls are up. Okay? And if they know that there's no obligation, okay, what can I lose? Anyway, everybody wants to do business. Okay? So that's the reason why. Okay? You don't want to give away anything on the phone. Okay? Now when you say that, anyway, there's nothing for you to lose. You know, the worst thing that can happen, you have a cup of coffee and cake. Usually by this time, there's silence on the phone, correct? Well, then say, come on, you have nothing to lose. But I really think you can make money in this, some serious money here. Which is the truth. Because if you didn't think he could make money, you wouldn't be calling him. Remember, the key to an effective presentation is making sure that you cover what's in it for him. Right? You don't want to call this person to be looking at your volume, your income. No, you call this person because, hey, Bob, I really think you can make it in this business. I think you can make some really serious money here. And usually when you say that to someone, they're like, yeah, really? Why? What's it about? Then he goes back to that question. Look, Bob, come on. When's better for you? Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday lunch? Always give 2 dates. Give 2 times. What's better, Tuesday afternoon, Wednesday lunch, or Thursday lunch? I mean, nobody's that busy. Man, one time I was giving this seminar and somebody was like, Joe, I can't, every time he's so busy, I can't get to see him. I'm like, man, the president isn't this busy. So give him options. You want to meet for breakfast on Monday? That way, we get it off the table right away. Or is Tuesday lunch better for you? This is while he's thinking about it. Just sneak in the little, I really think you can make some serious money here. Everybody, what? Oh, really? Why? What's it about? Come on, Bob, look. When's better for you, Tuesday or Wednesday? Then you'll see. Remember, don't give away the cattle and the farm on the phone. Okay? You just want to arouse curiosity. Then Bob's going, well, I really don't know, right? Some people say yes, some people say, well, Joe, I don't know. Then you say, well, you really won't know until you see it for yourself. I'm telling you, Bob, you don't want to pass this up. What's better for you, Tuesday or Wednesday? Just be direct, just be simple with your approach, okay? But I find this works. Most people can't resist. Most people are like, well, okay, I just want to see what this is about. Anyway, there's no obligations. Very important. Let the person know that there are no obligations on his part. I mean, some people have tried that on me. Joe, before we start this meeting, can you sign here? I'm like, excuse me? Fix a time and go see Bob. Okay, so just go on the phone, set the appointment, simple conversation, don't give away the cattle and the farm on the phone, and make sure that he's curious about what you're doing. Oh, Joe, is this one of those, things that I see on the net? Look, if I answer your question, you're going to ask another one, and we're going to be here an hour on the phone. Just deflect all the time. Deflect. And again, okay, because somebody told me once, Joe, why? Are you ashamed to talk about your business on the phone? No, I'm not. I'm proud of what I'm doing. I happen to think this is one of the best plans on the planet. And thank you.